Okay, so today we are going to talk about seven ways to drive traffic to your website.
We are.
So first way, Brian, let's talk about the first way. The first way, most important way, is to create good content.
Yeah, good content is always going to be a win because with good content, what are you actually driving the users to? Now, and we know there's definitely some things you could do in there to help drive it, especially fast, good headlines, focus on your keywords, things like that, and it will help drive traffic to your site pretty quickly.
Yep, make sure it's quality and not crap. Though you could drive traffic to crap, but it won't be long.
And they will not come back.
They're going to say this is crap. All right, so number one, create good content. Number two, use your social channels, your existing social reach.
Yes, and that's really important. Most people or most sites have some social profiles or even your personal ones where you could share content, because what happens with that is that there's a built-in audience, right? There's a built-in audience that you could share content with quite easily. Almost every social platform makes it easy for you to drive traffic to, especially, Facebook, Instagram. Unless you're verified, you can't really do swipe ups, but you can put the URLs in your bio. But, LinkedIn, it works well. Twitter works well, depending on what you're writing about. Reddit. So there are a lot of social things where you could use to drive traffic to your site.
Yeah. And if you don't have a social audience, focus on building your own social audience so that you don't have to leverage these other tactics. So focus on that.
And I think the next one, speaking about social audiences, is use influencers, right? You may not have the audience, but influencers that you could partner with. I know we have a ton of great videos on influencer marketing, but influencers are a great way to actually help drive traffic to your site. So working with influencers or partnering with influencers that are in the same space as your site is.
Yeah, and if you're using those influencers, another thing you can do is use interviewees as influencers. So if you're writing that quality content from step number one and you're interviewing somebody, get them to share it with their audiences. So that's another way to kind of merge creating good content and using influencers.
Absolutely.
Number four, what do we got? Number four.
I'd say SEO. SEO is a big one. I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of SEO pieces take a while to do, especially if it's site structure or site speed. But I would say SEO is a way you could get a bulk of volume. Like you may make some structural change to the URL, especially if you're using some base CMS like WordPress. You could change those URL structures. And if it's more applicable to searches being done out there, such as having like the headline is injected in the URL, things like that. If you make changes like that, those could help drive traffic actually pretty quickly to your site, if your site's already indexed, because once the crawlers come through and update, it will update with that information in the URLs and pieces like that.
Number five, fifth way, and this sounds dirty, but it's not. Buy the traffic. Buy the traffic. Now you can buy the traffic, right? You can buy the traffic on social, right? Facebook, Instagram. You could even buy traffic on Twitter if you wanted to. It gets costly. You could even buy traffic on LinkedIn. It's a little expensive, but buy the traffic. Now, why is it, one thing that I always think about is, once you start generating that traffic, even if you're buying it, you're almost setting yourself up for future traffic, because now maybe you're gaining registrants. So it's not like a one-time shot where you just buy the traffic and that's it. Like that could be some long tail traffic.
Yeah, well, I think everything, to your point, it's about gaining the registrants, right? Even if you're using influencer marketing. The idea is, how do you convert? So any type of traffic you're driving is, how do you keep them around permanently, right? How can you market to them? And we're going to talk about some other types of marketing once you have that list and the value there. But it's being able to gather the data or, get registrants or subscribers to your site. So.
Yeah, so
I think
what's the other way you could buy traffic, Brian?
Right, is SEM, is search engine marketing, right? So you could buy traffic on Google and other search engines, which actually works really well, especially if you're looking for people who are searching for certain types of keywords. So, a lot of times like product-based things do really well, or part numbers do really well with search engine marketing type pieces, or buying, advertising on search engines.
Another way you can drive traffic to your website is to use backlinks of referrals.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of times, if you have relationships with other websites or people, you know, even social, have them point at your URL, right? So as many links as you could have coming into your site that are valid links. We're not talking about, you know, create another site and then have it linked to yours or redirecting things. We're talking about getting real backlinks, real quality backlinks from people, whether they're from social. Really strong ones are always the .orgs, the .govs. If you have links coming in from those actually have a lot of weight. But, you know, most links coming in are pretty good links, as long as that site is not a spammy site or something like that. You know, backlinks really help drive traffic. It also, that helps with a lot of the referral traffic. Like if you're looking in your GA or your analytics package and you see referral traffic, a lot of that is coming from links from other sites. So it's always good to do that. And sometimes you can do that by even partnering with other sites. For instance, writing a blog for another site or writing some content for another site that's similar to yours, offering them content and then linking back to your content and vice versa. You know, offer that exchange where they may have one of their writers write something on your site and link back to theirs, you know, and it's a good way to drive some traffic.
And number 7 is to use your own audience by sending out your own newsletter.
Right. And that's why what we talked about a little bit earlier, having those subscribers or people you could market to, that's almost like, you know, instant gratification, right? You could pretty much push out a newsletter and you're going to see immediate traffic once that's going, but make sure you have the right permissions to email people. Don't just spam.
All right. So that's 7 ways to drive traffic to your audience. We did that quickly because it can be quick.